Hello and welcome to CCTV Rewind. My name is Moorea Lambert. I'm an intern here at CCTV and I'm here with Molly Lambert. Molly is the former executive director of Church Street Marketplace, former secretary of Commerce and Community Development for the state of Vermont, the former president of Vermont Captive Insurance Association, the former state director of Rural Development for USDA, and currently my grandmother. We are going to play some clips from the archives that we are of course working so hard to protect. The first up is one from 1993. We'll play them and then reflect on what's changed and what hasn't.
Sounds good.
Here we go.
Character that Church Street has to offer.
Refresh the page.
And yet they can enjoy the special character that Church Street has to offer. And there are some moderately priced establishments on Church Street. And once people wander and discover those, you know, they're happy about it. It couldn't be a greater mix.
I think that's actually a really important point. So you have an analysis really of the whole Church Street area based on, I guess, price points. Is that how
exactly based on price points? Sure. And you.
We'll try again.
Some moderately priced establishments on Church Street, and once people wander and discover those, you know, they're happy about it. It couldn't be a greater mix.
I think that's actually a really important point. So you have an analysis really of the whole Church Street area based on, I guess, price points. Is that how
exactly based on price points? Sure. And you would find that in certain locations, like you'd find in any downtown, that there would be a block or two. You know, you can always use downtown Chicago, and you can talk about the water tower on one corner, which attracts people from all economic backgrounds, and then you go to the Bloomingdale's over on the other corner, and it's a different shopping atmosphere. But yet within a two-block area, you bring everyone together. It's really a tremendous combination.
Now there was a lot.
Excellent. So in that clip, you talk a lot about price diversity and why that's so important to retail in a downtown area overall. Is that still true, or why is that important?
Well, I think the first thing I want to observe is I have not changed in the last 25
Not at all.
years.
Not even a little bit.
Not a bit. And that's really fun to see. And what Lauren Glenn Davidian, who founded CCTV, was getting at was the idea that the businesses on Church Street might not be inclusive enough for the community or the region or the state. And as we went further into the conversation, we spoke about the different businesses that were there, and I gave examples of, Woolworths and JCPenney and so forth. And anyone who is on Church Street today at this very moment, and believe me, I was down there earlier today, there are thousands of people on Church Street just enjoying the music and the sidewalk sale and the excitement and the entertainment, which points to the necessity, not the necessity, but the brilliance of having an all-inclusive community. And but that point of diversity in price points for the economic piece of the downtown, of course, is important, but there are many other features of the downtown that are so inclusive.
What are a few that you're
It's a
thinking of?
public space without walls.
Yeah.
You can walk down the street and enjoy the music, or enjoy the number of people that you can watch interacting, or seeing friends that you haven't seen in a long time, or making new friends along the way, as we often do when we walk down the street together. So yeah, it's an important point,
Sure.
and will always be. And Church Street, I was reading about Samantha McGinnis. She is the brand new director of the Church Street Marketplace.
As of
July 1st.
Yeah.
And her predecessor, Kara, would have the same values, as did Ron Redmond, as did I, and as did Penrose Jackson, who was really the executive during the formation, when the bricks were laid and so forth. What everyone wanted to do was to make sure that the people were the center of the street. It was the movement of the people, with the trees and the businesses off to the side.
Yes.
So, crash.
Maybe that's a cue then. Should we?
The whole stack
there they
is
go.
going down.
I think that's a sign. Should we move to our next video then?
I
Was that our
would.
cut signal?
I would.
Maybe. All right. Going on to the next.
Yet seeing what a Costco, which is being built in Colchester, will do to a downtown, we know from around the country that these type of wholesale clubs do have an effect on locally owned business. And more often than not, those people who are in the locally owned businesses look at it as a detrimental effect. There are people making millions going around the country telling all small communities how to survive when a Walmart comes to town. They describe niche marketing, different strategies, offensive strategy, but I think people really have to understand that local retailers buy their product at a certain rate because of the volume of business that they do.
Right.
A Walmart and a Costco, with the national market that they have and the volume in which they can buy, can absolutely put that local retailer under the table in a flash, because the local retailer simply can't compete on price.
Right.
Excellent. So when that clip was filmed, obviously the Costco hadn't been built yet. Now I drive past it all the time. So what was the impact of Costco and Walmart and all those other bigger brand name businesses that have since made their way into Vermont?
Sure. Obviously, there have been many changes over 25, 30 years that have been part of our regional economy, our state economy, to say nothing of our local city of Burlington economy.
Of course.
Costco is a good example of a thriving national retailer that is providing great service to our region. Maple Tree Place, formerly known as Pyramid Mall before it really took root, has certainly grown and settled into their space of retail and their customer base. And you can even look at, or I don't mean to say even look, but South Burlington has now taken on more of a downtown feel with their development of housing and Market Street and so forth. And then we have Pine Street in Burlington, which is just such a wonderful addition and another market attractor. So I think, and probably really important, if we had gone on a on into that clip a little further, I spoke about the importance of Burlington Square Mall
Yes.
to Church Street.
Right.
And the Burlington Square Mall, as we all know, who have continued to live here, is now no longer. And in fact, I think it wouldn't be too harsh to say it was called the Pit for about 4 years. 200,000 square feet of retail taken right out of the downtown left these Church Street businesses, amidst all of the other competition that they faced, to do exactly what the advisors were saying years and years ago. It's niche marketing, it's services, it's making sure that the marketplace is maintained and secure and full of entertainment and festivals that draw people that the other centers are not able to provide.
Yes.
And of course, the other thing that you do in any marketing situation is you distinguish yourself, not by negating the really good things that other retail provide, but by emphasizing the assets that are part of your location and your inventory and your ability to dine and shine and so forth. And downtown Burlington is this amazing combination of geography, which is spectacular.
Yeah.
Really.
The lakefront.
Yes.
The views.
Yes. Actually, I would say world renowned, and we've been to a lot of places in the world. Not, not to say that other places aren't beautiful, but Burlington has
It's pretty special.
very special attraction.
course.
And of course, the university and all of the other colleges in proximity to downtown, and the history. We have 3 buildings at the top of Church Street, which are part of the National Historic Register. A very unusual distinction to have a trio of buildings. And any successful promenade has that kind of situation, whether you're in Spain, whether you're in Paris, whether you're anywhere that has a successful walking venue. In order for the people to be the center, you have kind of this stage effect, right?
Yeah.
Those buildings serving as the backdrop, and the street and the people movement serving as the drama,
Yes.
the excitement,
The intrigue. Yes.
the intrigue, exactly. So I don't know if I answered your question,
Well,
but I think
yeah.
they're just,
We've adapted. you'd
we've
say,
adapted.
to make the smaller local businesses really distinct in
Exactly.
their appeals and their draws.
Exactly.
And then is that, would you think, in the situation where you have Costco's and Walmart's and these big names coming in, that's the best way to protect local businesses and preserve that?
Well,
part?
I think like any challenge, there's not one solution, right? So one of them is to certainly loudly amplify your assets that your competitors don't have without mitigating the value that the
Right.
competitors have to the customer. There are so many things that you can do on Church Street at the same time. You can dine, you can listen to music, you can go shopping, you can people watch.
Yeah.
All of these things that should draw people to a particular center. And I think the maintenance, the effort that the city puts into supporting the marketplace. I was looking at the list of mayors since 1981 when Church Street was founded. So Bernie Sanders, 1981 to 1991, was mayor.
Yep.
Very important that Church Street get off to a good start. And then you had Peter Clavell, who was an outstanding supporter of the marketplace and served in Bernie Sanders' administration. And then you had Bob Kiss, who was another great supporter of downtown. Peter Brownell, a Republican. You had Republicans, Democrats, progressives. And now we have the mayor, Mulvaney Stanek. I bet they call her Mayor Emma, really. That's her first name. But at any rate, running on a platform of making sure that our downtown and its surrounds thrive. And there's a tremendous balancing act that has to go into that.
Naturally.
We're all intertwined, you know? When I was on Church Street, certainly there were tensions, cultural tensions. And so we collaborated with United Way and Howard Mental Health at the time, not the Howard Center. We collaborated with the local police to make sure that they were a visible and wonderful presence on the street. One, to minister to the people who needed attention, and two, to encourage others to feel safe and to enjoy all of the amenities that were available. But everyone needs to use that street. Everyone needs to
the heart of
be part of it. Exactly. It's a very important part
I agree.
of how you administer a commercial district.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass over the 1993 interview and go to, I think it was 2012. And we're going to go to the 30th anniversary of Church Street, when you were no longer executive director, but you made this really lovely speech, and we're just going to play a short clip from it.
And I no longer had red hair.
Let's see.
So, Molly Lambert. A visionary and somebody that we lean on every now and then for advice and counsel, Molly Lambert.
So I'm sure you've all done the math already, and as Ron pointed out, this is 30 plus years that we're celebrating today. 30 plus years and millions of people later, this street has become one of America's finest front porches. And I love a lot of things about this street. I can count the bricks, I can tell you about the earth line, I can do a lot of things, but my favorite part about this front porch is it doesn't have walls. And that means that anybody, any status, any color, any race, any age, any ability or disability can enjoy this street, can come together, share their stories, can engage in retail and food and beautiful art, but most importantly, they can come together and share stories about each other.
We won't play the full speech, as excellent as it is, but you go on to expand on this metaphor of Church Street being a front porch and a place where everyone is welcome. And before we touch on that, this is a celebration of Church Street and all that it's accomplished. What are you most proud of from your time as executive director of Church Street?
Well, I think most proud of the collaborative way that we worked to bring this asset of our community to its highest potential. So as I mentioned before, not only did we work with the 37 property owners who own the buildings on Church Street, and not only did we tend to the need of the retailers and the vendors and the cart owners on Church Street, we wanted to make sure that we included first and foremost the consumers' needs for Church Street. So whether it would be the product we sold, the environment we provided, the promotions and festivals that we held, the collaboration required from the city, from nonprofit organizations, from the business owners, from the retailers, and so forth. I think that's the thing of which I was most proud, the ability to convene a disparate group of people, and try to establish that trust among us that we were all working for the same thing, which was the health and vibrant future of the entire community.
And that leads me right into my next and potentially last question, which is, how do you feel about the health of Church Street today? And do you think that your statements about it being a front porch and the necessity of that place still hold true?
Yeah.
13 years later.
Yeah. It's, I would say the other metaphor that I have used about Church Street is, and it was true during the time I was there, 28 years ago, whatever it was, 30 years ago, is that in addition to being a front porch where people are part of the action and they're kind of, picture yourself sitting on the front porch and you're observing and you're so forth. It's also the community's living room.
Okay.
And like our own living rooms, it's where all of the good parts and the challenges become real. And in Burlington, we are still so fortunate to be able to see what the community needs. It's not hidden. It's not, so I think Church Street is a place where, one, it hasn't changed in terms of welcoming all types, all races, all people with abilities, disabilities, all, it hasn't changed from being that all-inclusive spot. But there are certain friction points, and the city is dealing with a number of them, including budget challenges.
Of course.
And what you and I were speaking about earlier, this is all intertwined. Church Street is an essential economic engine. The property owners on Church Street pay a tax above and beyond the normal commercial business tax. So the maintenance and the support, the extra focus that Church Street gets is supported by those business owners. But the other thing is that our merchants pay additional taxes to the general fund in Burlington, and those monies, as has been pointed out by several of our partnering, or not even our nonprofit partners, those taxes are very important to supporting the nonprofits who serve the most vulnerable people in our community.
King Street. Center.
Yes, yes, a King Street Center and 20 other nonprofits that they noted, you know, who serve the most vulnerable, as I said, in our population. So it affects them. I met with a business person an hour and a half from here who owns a resort center and said, when Burlington has a bad day, downtown has a bad day, we experience it.
Really?
They experience the change in their business, which just points out the university,
Yeah.
the hospital, the medical center.
Well, it really makes it like the heartbeat that's pumping the blood to
Exactly.
the rest of the state.
Yeah, really good metaphor as well. But yeah, so I think, yes, there are challenges. But as I said, I was just on the street an hour ago, and I was walking down. One, I was stunned by all the new businesses that are
Yes.
there. It is really an exciting place to be. The new businesses, as well as Outdoor Gear Exchange celebrating their 30th anniversary on
incredible.
Church Street, and promoting downtown the Italian culture, or the Italian cultural society, hosting these events on Wednesday evenings.
Oh, yes.
There's an Italian name for
Right.
it, which I'm Irish, I just would not be able to get it out right. But these evenings that are just attracting people to stroll.
Yeah.
Nothing special about it. It's just come meet your neighbor.
Walk past someone's front porch.
Yeah. And I just saw another promotion that they're doing on Thursday night called, I think it's called something on the bricks, music on the bricks or something.
Yeah.
For every Thursday night. They're having music in downtown and on the street.
There's so much to look forward to.
It's so much to look forward to, and it's all intertwined. You know, that collaboration that I mentioned earlier is so, so important. And policy is part of it. Promotion is another part of it. Safety, personal safety is a big part of it. Transportation and access, big part of it. I mean, it's so many things that go into making something successful.
Perfect. Well, we appreciate your collaboration for coming on and spending this time with us at CCTV. You're an excellent guest. I hope you all enjoyed some clips from the archives and got to see what we're trying to protect and go to Church Street.
And our granddaughter, which is a wonderful asset to our community, who is a wonderful asset to our community.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the telethon. This has been CCTV Rewind.